I did get to sit with her for a bit. A sheet of plastic glass between us, though. Not ideal. I was concerned about her, for her. Wanted to put my arm around her. She really didn't look right. There were knots and tangles in her hair and something white spilled on her sweater. It's not like her at all. She was so meticulous. She was so tidy once. New wrinkles as well, lots of them. She took such good care of her skin before. Round her mouth, the corners of her eyes, 2 deep ones on her forehead. She looked so pale too, tired, worried about things. She can't tell me what, just smiles. She asks me how I am. She's not really wanting an answer though. She doesn't look at me. It's just a sort of speech habit, really. Of course I couldn't tell her anything. I mean, what could I say? I'm not that cruel, am I? Everybody's locked in. The world's falling down outside. I ask her how her bed is. Is it still comfy? Have you got anything you need? How's the food? She shrugged and looked away at the shadows on the wall behind me, shifting all the time. Shadows of the day going by. Her days going by. I didn't have anything more to say. I couldn't think of anything. She waited, silent, patient. I told her everyone was well and busy, that they couldn't come today, maybe tomorrow, eh? They wouldn't or couldn't come at all, but I didn't tell her that. Too distressing to see her like this. Well, it is for the others. They don't want to come. Ungrateful bastards. There's only me who comes. I'm here, though. I'm here for you, Mum. Couldn't say that either. So I talked about gardens and cars and that fat old tomcat she had taken in. Horrible thing. Nasty old smelly cat. She'd loved him to pieces just the same. All he did was sleep, eat, sleep, shit, and sleep again. Nothing much more to say about him after that. He's holding up all right in the shelter. As long as he gets his grub, he's as happy as Larry. I couldn't tell her that either. When am I going home? When can I go home, she suddenly says, almost pleading. I want to come home. Where the tubes are attached to her arm, it's very red and swollen. It's where she's scratched at it. It looks really sore. I wanted to reach out and stop her, hold her hand and stop her scratching. I wanted to hold her hand. Anyway, just for me. I really wanted to hold her hand. She wasn't complaining at all, just scratching. 2 big tears roll slowly down her nose onto her lip. She licks them away. She looks me in the eyes for the first time. I'm not coming home, am I? She says very gently. Somewhere in a collapsed brain, she has had a lucid moment, suddenly realising that this is her home now. I wished, unforgivable really, that she hadn't had that moment, for her sake. It had distressed her. I didn't want that. I filled up. All I wanted for her was safety and comfort and a calm place. She had never done any harm. She'd never done nothing wrong. Only good, kind things. So a lovely woman. Everybody said that. Didn't deserve this. Damn dementia. Damn it to hell. All the love you've always given me, Mum. All the things I've learned from you. You were so young when Dad died. So early. It's not fair. You gave us kids the whole of you. You held nothing back. And this is your reward. It's just not fair. Hey, where's your God in all of this? All that church and praying and fasting for Lent. Why doesn't he do something? Your poor eyes are so broken. They've been put back together all wrong. Some splintered bits of you still there, but lots of you is missing. It hurts. It hurts too much to look at what is left behind without you. Including me. I'm left behind too. She was a runner once. A swimmer. An athlete in a small way. Her hips are gone now. She's even smaller than before. Wasted away. I push away my terror by thinking back. The river moves over the stones, through the reeds, hardly disturbing the sticklebacks. Watercress grows green at the banks. She moves slowly, painfully, too much weight in her to stand. The whole world is on her mind, the size of it, all its problems. They are her problems. The muck and mud, yard thick, stuck and weighing on her legs. They're so hard to lift into the sodden air. The pale light moves very slowly across the hills, catching here and there in trees and ditches, becoming brighter for a moment, then sliding away behind black clouds. The sounds of the Angelus bells are coming from our little church. They were never just the sounds of church bells to us, though, were they? They were weddings, other people's funerals, harvest festivals, baptisms. A head full of people come and gone. Such enormous memories. She'd been a runner once, over these hills. I can't bring her home. I'm up at 4 to do the bins, collecting the refuse, as it's called. Front line, they call it. Heroes we are. Doesn't feel like it, though. I've got to keep my distance now from everybody so I don't bring it in with me. I can't hug my old mum. Can't hold her helpless little hands, just in case. And she doesn't understand it. She can't understand it. How could she? I don't really. Her head is all messed up, banging about inside like a crashed car. Her brain is so unwired now, it's kind of like liquid sloshing about. She can't help it. I can't help her. Can't do anything to help her. What kind of bloke am I? I can't help my own mum. I look at her hands, folded into her lap. They're smoother and paler than I've ever seen them before, fluttering about like small white doves. Her nails so clean and shining as if they'd been polished. But they're only clean. I see mine, gloved in blue, sweaty inside, and my blue paper face, it must be terrifying to her. She doesn't know who I am, though. Doesn't recognise me. All the time I'm smiling with my eyes, trying to catch her eyes, to reassure her. I'm going mad. Mad. I want to scream. Are you Malcolm? She says. I haven't seen much of you this week. Who the hell is Malcolm? She doesn't know any Malcolm. None of us are called Malcolm. Dad was George. No idea where she's got this Malcolm from. Last time I came, she was telling me about a TV programme she was watching the night before called What's My Line? She told me that Gilbert Harding bloke had been really unpleasant, very rude to someone called Eamon Andrews. I mean, God, that's going back 60 years. Her poor mind jumps about like a little brown sparrow. I smile, forgetting she can see my face. I smile bigger and put my hand up to the glass. She touches it. And there's my little mum. Suddenly. There she is. Just as she was. Just as I still see her in my mind's eye when she was healthy and young. I remember that instead of how she is now. I'll remember that like an old photo. I get up to leave. Can't bear it any longer. She's already forgotten I'm here. Bye, Mum, I whisper. Bye for now. See you tomorrow. But by tomorrow they won't let me come into her. I understand. I do, it's what it is. Yesterday one of the old guys died of COVID. Maybe he was Malcolm. Another died last week. That could have been him too. There are so many people here dying. Brought here just to die. It's lockdown now. We need to keep away. These old ones are so very vulnerable. We can't take her home again. I can't even come here again. Mum, I can't come until they tell me to. Until they let me. I'm so sorry, Mum. I'm so sorry to let you down. I can't bear it. None of us can. It's agony. Bye, Mum. Stay well. Take care. I wave to her. She's looking at the shadows of the sun going down the wall already. Bye, Mum. Love you.